19,000K of Bitcoin. Welcome here in Healthy Minds. Once again, this is Henry, giving you bites and pieces of crypto news and global market updates. So let's have a quick run of the market today using CoinMarketCap and later on in comparison to CoinGecko. Overall, right now we are around 567, 68 billion as the market cap. And for the last 24 hours, we actually have a volatility of 274 billion the last 24 hours volume. Bitcoin, as you could see, all the rest of the 100 tap coins and tokens, we are almost on green, and we are up 3.31 the last 24 hours for Bitcoin. And checking the last 7 days, top gainer, we got Stellar, Horizon, XRP, Verge, Nano, Status, Waves, Cardano, and OXT. We also have their algo. But for the last 24 hours, the winners are Verge, Zilliqa, Golem, Dash, Stellar, Horizon, Kusama, and Crypto.com, including Chatcoin and DigiByte. It's a wonderful day. Great market starting today, and the holiday is coming on US. Also, there are lots of news on the market, but for today, we will try to scan the rest of the assets, including the gold, US indexed. Also, we're going to talk about the Bitcoin dominance compared to the rest of the altcoins and its market. And I'll try to check also the 3 years Elliot Wave counting that we have for the market. Checking the market. So as you can see, we are now on the still on the log scale in Bitcoin. But in relation to that, let's see the status of the dollar, also gold later on, and even the S&P 500 for US stock exchange and what's going on in their market. Right now, checking the dollar, it's very obvious it's plummeting right now. And let's see if there's going to be a support that going to look forward. But obviously, we are in the resistance area already. And with that, checking the daily chart, we might have a possible support on this area. We're looking forward that if dollar will continue to go down, index dollar, it might reach the 90 range. So obviously you will see this effect in an ARL. We've been down already for how many percentage? Around 71 or 0.71%. But versus gold, we are expecting that the gold should go up if the dollar goes down, but seems like that's not the case. Even dollar now is going down. Yeah, wow. So going 3.7 or 3.15% down already. Will we find a support on this chart? We might. There's still room for going down for it. And checking the chart, we might get initial support on this around 1800. Next possible support is the 1750. Yeah, and again, obviously we are also on the resistance area. It's such a crazy market nowadays because, as we know, the normal market should react is if the dollar's going down, at least the gold should go up. But in relation to what I mentioned before, that BlackRock, the largest fund manager worldwide, just said that Bitcoin might change gold eventually when it comes to functionality, transferring funds and capitals. And seems like the FOMO is already in the market. Now, checking the S&P, normally they say that there's a correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P. How true it is now. So S&P is going up. Yes. And checking the hourly time frame candles. We are still have space to go up before we will reach again this resistance. And finally, on our main course, let's check what BTC is doing. This is actually the BTC dominance. As you can see, we just had a bounce versus the altcoins. So the interest is shifting from Bitcoin to altcoins and now back to Bitcoin. So in log scale, Bitcoin here is obviously almost reaching now the all-time high. Again, we're just less than 5% away from the all-time high. So that's why the shift of the interest is going back to Bitcoin. As we know, if the interest is going to the altcoins, meaning the volatility is higher for altcoins to gain. And checking the altcoins, yes, they had a little bit pullback, but as you can see, they're starting to regain their strength again. For Ethereum, it went down to almost 6%, but again, it's up. So it's really a great market to trade in nowadays. So here, I'm actually showing to you guys for the past more than 3 years of and analyzing Bitcoin using Elliot Wave. We're targeting still the 20,000 mark, and going down to daily chart, we just had a correction of 7%, 7.5%. And the good strategy nowadays is in a bull market is buy the dip. This is very profitable when it comes to doing it in a bull market. It's very obvious already since the start of March, early March. We already ran up around 400%. Imagine that in very short period of time, you might earn already have 4 times of your capital if you just stay on the market since then. So we're expecting a correction now. To be honest, you should have a big correction by now, but as I said, it seems like the market's being rational and they really feel the FOMO. The institution is already with us buying every Bitcoin that they could have in hand in the hedge of dollar and now even gold. Um, and the correlation seems to work with the S&P. People seems like to have that comfort now to see where they could actually. There you go. So we're watching the market now as it's just reached the 1900 range. Let's see where this market goes. And after this, we might have a correction once we reach the 20,000K. But seeing the market as being irrational, let's try to make a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we might end up doing this thing here and measuring it. We might even reach, oh yeah, this mark is the ideal range that we might have, but it could even reach up to the 22, 23 range. So let's continue watching out the market. This is such an excitement days of Bitcoin and altcoins. Next time around, I'll be discussing how to do this Elliot Wave, perhaps, or even more basic of reading the candle and the psychology behind it and the support and resistance. But to give you an idea how does an Elliot Wave works is obviously in every wave, yeah. So let's just show this one. So as you can see, in every impulse, there's a 5 waves, but there is also what you call correction or retracement. And in every retracement, there's a 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. So if you're going to see that one in a normal market, or I mean ideal market, that's how it works. You got 5 waves going up and you got 3 waves going down. So, but it's a bit complicated if you can dig deeper in the Elliott Wave because it also have combinations. But that's how it works. So in a bull market, expect that there's a pull down or a pullback, and then the huge run up afterwards. So every time you go up, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5 waves going up, and then going down, you have 3 waves, like 1, 2, 3, or ABC. So at least I hope you got those ideas, but later on we could discuss those things, how I do this counting. That's it for now. Let's continue watching the market. And I'm expecting, again, huge volatility from Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins, and even the global market. So let's keep ourselves updated. A soft reminder and a disclaimer here that I am not a financial advisor. So always validate and do your own research. But feel free to throw down all your questions down in the comment, and let's make this community grow and bigger. This is Healthy Minds giving you bites and pieces of crypto news.